Hey guys, Ren here over at the Hungry Heart Home, and today, sadly, we are dismantling our Easter decor. I hate to see a fun holiday season go by, but the time has come. It's time to declutter, get everything put away and nice and organized to be able to find it easily next year and really get into some spring cleaning. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I organize stuff to make it easy to find next year, easy to access, just keep watching. Oh, hey guys, so I am always sad to take down a holiday. I won't lie. Christmas is the most heartbreaking to me, but any holiday decor, taking it down like Halloween and Easter, it just hurts my heart a little bit, but it's time. We need to declutter. The Easter bunny is long since passed, and it's time to get things clean and tidy around here so I can delve into some serious deep cleaning, spring cleaning at the house. But first on the list is getting rid of our Easter decor. So I'm actually gonna try something new today, and wish me luck. I bought an external mic so that I can just kind of film everything and do a voiceover afterwards. Fingers crossed that it works out. I film usually in advance a little bit, but not enough to film a whole other video, or obviously I can't redo this video. So here's hoping it works out. And yeah, that's that. So I am going to get into it and start getting everything ready to pack away for another year. And while I'm sad to see all of the Easter stuff go, I'm actually excited to have a clean slate to work with and get into some serious deep cleaning over the next couple weeks at the house, organization, and then we can get into decorating for summer. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you enjoy seeing this. Let's get into it. Let's go do the do. Let's take down all the bunnies. All right, let's do this.
Okay guys, so first off, I always grab pieces from each room and start bringing them to one centralized space to make it easier to pack everything up. So first off, I grabbed the dishes from the kitchen, and then I moved on to our entryway table. So just grabbing the bunnies off of here. I'm so sad to see this adorable bunny platter leave the front entrance, but it is time. So I'm just bringing pieces over to the table here and getting them all organized. I like to put everything together, so all the bunnies together, all the plates and dishes together. Then I went back to our buffet and grabbed the decor off of there. So I really go space by space and just kind of pick up each piece and bring it over to the table to make my life easier. Please disregard the hot mess over here that's a dumping station in our house. I was grabbing these cute little vases, and then I made my way into the kitchen to grab the kitchen decor in here. So it took me a couple trips just to grab this stuff out of there and bring it into the dining room to get it all organized. I was so sad to see this sign leave over the hood vent. It was one of my favorite pieces this holiday season. I had lots of extra goodies in the kitchen, so I'm just kind of assembling all of those. So sad to see these green moss bunnies go. I loved the way they looked in our decor this year. Bringing those into the dining room as well, and just kind of making my way through each room slowly. I knew I had another one of these silver bunnies in the kitchen, so I just went to go grab that. And then it was time to move on to the next room, which is the living room. And I'm so sad to take down the mantle. It looked so beautiful with this frosted garland, but it was time to see it go. So I was pulling that garland down, and then it was time to kind of grab all the bunnies from the floating shelves around the fireplace. There was lots of them to snag. Again, I'm so sad to see these green moss bunnies leave our home. I can't wait to pull them out again next year. They're probably one of my favorite Easter pieces I've ever picked up. They just give so much fun, cute character. So after grabbing them from one side, I moved to the other side of the fireplace and just got the other bunnies that were kicking around over there. I loved these wood cut ones with the white paint detail on them too. They were just so cute. I found those at HomeSense, and the felted bunnies were actually from Michael's and Amazon. I found different sizes and different styles on different websites. This bunny garland, forgot about that, so I grabbed that one too. I actually picked that one up on Amazon. And then I wanted to make sure before I forgot to get these command strips off of the mantle. I was super happy that they didn't destroy our brand new, beautiful reclaimed wood mantle. They did the trick. They held everything in place, but they didn't leave any mess. So it was very satisfying to peel those off and realize that there was nothing that was destroyed, thank God. Didn't want to forget the coffee table, so I came here to grab these felted bunnies as well. And then I also had some of this brown raffia that's in the baskets. I want to make sure that gets packed away with all the other raffia I have so that I can use it next year. So I went and snagged that. And then it was time to start bringing all of these pieces into the dining room as well. Fun part, I know, but I promise you guys, pulling everything into one centralized space, organizing it all together is just going to make your packing and organization so much simpler for next year, and keep everything together. You're not going to find different parts and pieces in different bins, and you're not going to end up finding things that should have been packed together in different boxes or at the top of the box versus the bottom. I was packing away my extra command strips so that they're easy to find next holiday season, because I tend to forget to do that, and that was an important reminder step for me to remember this week. Now that that was done, and I had basically brought in everything from all of the rooms into this one centralized space, it was time to start packing things up, getting things ready to go into the bin and go down to the basement. So everything seems pretty organized here. I was just doing a final little sweep to make sure I kept all of the pieces that should be packed away together. So I found this little wood sign over here, and it should go with the other wood sign, so I moved it over there. Again, I just like to keep it all organized and all together. So now that all of the pieces are pulled together, it was time to start packing things up. Now, if you are a HomeSense home goods junkie like me, be sure to keep all of your packing paper when you're buying new pieces. This is such a helpful thing to have on hand. When I unpack a season and decorate, I fold them up all nicely, put them away in my bin so they're easy to pull out and ready to go to pack away the holiday when the holiday is done. So I got started by wrapping up these plates. These are such cute little plates with bunnies and little chickadees on them, and I like to use them at this time of year for either breakfasts in the morning or desserts with our dinners. I really like having some festive plates and cups and stuff like that for every holiday. So I got those packed up there. And again, having this paper on hand just makes your life so easy, and making sure to fold it all nicely when you decorate so that when it comes to this time of the season to pack things away, it's easier. So I got started putting that in the bin, and then it was time for me to wrap all of my ceramic bunnies. Again, I like everything to be together so that when I do go to unpack, I'm going to pull out all of the stuff together that belongs together. So I was wrapping up my ceramic bunnies, and these gold ones here are so cute. Oh, I'm so sad to see them go. So once I was on my little hustle here of wrapping, I knew that I wanted to wrap my other gold and white ceramic bunny at the same time. So again, these little buddies would be packed away together. There are a couple bigger pieces that you'll notice that I don't end up wrapping, and that is just because all of the wrapping from the other pieces is going to help keep them protected in the bin and save a little bit of space. So these little guys here are the last little bunnies to get wrapped up. There's 3 of them, and I just love the way they look. I really just didn't want them to pierce anything because they are metal and a little bit heavy. They didn't necessarily need to be wrapped for their own protection, but for the protection of all the other gentle goods that are going to be in this bin, I got those wrapped up as well.
I'm slowly making my way through this pile of paper. It looked like a lot to start with, but realistically, I'm probably going to use all of it. So now I'm getting the rest of the bunnies packed away here in the bin, all together, all lined up. So when I go unpack this next year, again, it's going to be so easy. And you'll notice that I put these bigger pieces here unwrapped on top of the other wrapped pieces. Now there are going to be some other bags of stuff to cushion them on top. So I knew that going in and thought that that was the perfect place to put them. Now Ziploc bags and grocery bags are my best friend when I'm packing away holiday decor. I like to make sure that little knobs and ends go together. So first up, I grabbed all of the tiny felted bunnies and I packed those away in their own Ziploc bag together just to make sure that I don't lose them and they're all together next year, all buddies and friends. And then I grab another Ziploc bag to pack away the garland from the mantle. And this is just so it doesn't get all twisted and tangled, and it just is easy to pull out of the box next year. So now that those are done, I'm going to just pop these felted ones into a bag all together. I don't think they're going to get damaged, and there's not going to be anything heavy on top of them in the box. So I thought this was just an easy way to pop them all together, keep them together in my grocery bag there. And then I had all of this raffia. So I want to make sure that that stays together for next year as well. Again, grocery bags are the perfect storage for them. And this is going to be stuff that's going to sit on top of those bigger pieces that I didn't wrap to help cushion them. So again, I don't have to waste extra paper and take up extra space in wrapping those bigger pieces, because these are going to cushion those pieces there. So I'm just moving some stuff out of the way to make room for the big glass vases that I have that are also filled with plastic basket filler, as well as these awesome cute little eggs that I had. This filler here I've used for years, and it's getting packed away for another season, again in a grocery bag. This is just the easiest way for me to keep everything all together. And keep a mess out of that bin, because you guys can see that stuff was sticking to everything. I'm packing away all of these white eggs together. They're not fragile by any means, but I don't want them to get scraped up and scratched, because I do love the stark white on them. So I packed those together too. Now it was time to cushion the bigger pieces in the box with these bags that I had just packed up. So slowly stacking together my bin. I'm hoping that I get it all in one bin. I really don't want to go down to the basement this morning and pick up another one, though I do have extras if I need it. And now I'm going to pop in these Ziploc bags up at the top here together. And now I'm just kind of assessing what is left. So I did have 2 of wood bunnies that have white enamel around the edges, and I didn't want them to get scratched up. So I decided to wrap those up as well, just to make sure that that white enamel stays pretty and intact for the next holiday season. Not necessary, but you know what? I like my whites to be white and bright and not messed up. And then I grabbed all of the wood signs. 2 of them I knew would fit easily, and I was hoping this big one would fit perfectly down the side, and it did. So that was a total score there. And then last, I had my wreath from the front door that fit perfectly on the top of this bin. So I think we're gonna manage to have just one bin. Putting the lid on it here a little preemptively, because I do still need to make my last rounds and make sure I did not miss anything. But I just wanted to make sure it all closed and that I didn't need to grab another bin. So as I'm assessing the situation, I've already found one little thing that needed to get tucked in there, but there was more than enough space to fit it in. And now I'm just kind of tidying up the dining room. So I'm not going to be decorating this space yet for probably a good 2 weeks or so, but I just wanted to just not look like a hot mess, clean up all of the little junk and gunk that's left over. I have these placemats and chargers and napkins left from Easter that'll just look pretty set here in the middle of the table. It's not really decor, but it is going to look nice. And then I had these 2 little bud vases as well that were holding these cute little cattails, and I decided to keep that out. So I just was cleaning up the excess junk on the table there, And yeah, now it's time to put away some of the little odds and ends that are kicking around. I use a lot of mason jars and baskets that I use a lot throughout the year. I keep the things I use more often in one of my storage cupboards. So this is a big storage cupboard I have in the kitchen. It mostly houses dishware like serving platters, mason jars, and just random odds and ends that I use quite frequently. I like to have them easy to access and not packed away in the basement. So now it was time for me to just do a tour, make sure I hadn't missed anything, because it is my specialty to find like 10 odds and ends that should have been packed away with holiday decor throughout the week, and I really didn't want to have to be running up and downstairs all week. So I was just taking a peek, assessing if anything was left out. I saw my sweet little bird here. I took a second to peek around the living room and the front room and realized, oh, my Easter pillows are still out. And I knew that I had 2 in the living room as well. So I went to go grab those. These are just slip covers, so they make it really easy to pack away and take less storage space. I use the pillow bases all year round, but I just ripped off the slip covers from these pillows and then folded them up nicely, and there was more than enough space left in the bin to pack them away with everything else as well. So that wasn't an issue by any means at all. So I'm just shimmying off all these covers and getting them nicely squared away for another year. I loved these cute ones. I actually got all of them on Amazon this past year because HomeSense was closed when I was shopping for Easter for the most part. So those are packed away, good to go. And now I'm just doing one last little spin around the rooms to make sure I didn't miss anything, because again, that is my specialty. The dogs were hanging out in the living room, enjoying watching out the window. It's their favorite hobby. And here we go. Everything's packed away, good to go for another year. And as always, my trusty little helper making sure everything's all squared away. All right, guys, that is a wrap on getting organized and getting everything away. I still do have a little oh hello spring sign up, but pretty much everything's gone. It's just like the platters and the bases of how I decorate stuff are out. And it's gonna stay like that for probably a week before I get to decorating for summer, because what is in our future this week is deep cleaning. I need to clean the baseboards, the floors, organize the cupboards, steam clean the carpets upstairs, all of the things, organize the closets that are bursting at the seams. So for today, I'm gonna call that a win. We got Easter put away, all organized and ready. Such a win that it all fit into one bin, thank God. I really didn't want to go down there and grab another one. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed just seeing my little tips and tricks of how I keep things organized and easy. You know, it's nothing special, but it's what works for me. And I'll catch you guys back here next week, where we will be cleaning out the fridge, doing some serious organization in there and deep clean, as well as my spices. My spice jar is a little bit of a hot mess, and it needs some love. I ordered a bunch of stuff to organize the fridge and my spices, and I'm super excited to get into that little project. But for today, we're done. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys are having an awesome one. It's a tough time here in Ontario, so I'm trying my best to stay distracted and just do things that fill my cup up. And I hope that if you are in your 3rd wave lockdown like me, that you're doing the best you can as well. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys back here next week. Bye, guys.